Hot summer streets and the pavements are burning. I sit around, trying to smile, but the air is so heavy and dry. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone. The city is crowded, my friends are away, and I'm on my own. It's too hard to handle, so I got to get up and go. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone. You're not the only one.
Love that song. Who we got in the chat today? The complaint department. Tommy Stiggs. Hello, sir. How are you? Good to see you. Nice live today. Not a fan of the cigar smoking, but it is what it is. You know, we all have our little things we do. Mine is weed. Some people smoke cigars. Some people drink beer. None of it's good. What are you going to do? Once a week for the cigar. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yep. My dad was a cigar smoker. Me, I'm too addicted to nicotine. I can't do it. I smoke one cigar, I'll start smoking cigarettes again. I already know. It doesn't make you want to smoke a cigarette. So I know you said you quit smoking a long time ago. You haven't smoked cigarettes like 20 years, I think, right? So it's just interesting. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would like to smoke a cigar, like not every day or nothing, but once in a blue moon, you know, at a barbecue or, something like that, playing golf. I don't think I could do it. I think I'd go buy a pack of cigarettes. I haven't done nothing today. Nothing at all. I mean, literally nothing. I made some chocolate peanuts and I sat here and I took a nap and I sat here some more. Just thinking about everything. It's weird. I don't know. Doesn't make me want a cigarette. 23 years. Nice. Yep, 23 years. Will we be here 23 years from now? I mean, that's a nice round number, 23 years. I mean, I think that's a coin flip. My parents didn't even make it close to that age. Your mom did. Your mom lived a full life. Both my parents died when they were 60. Well, my mom and my stepdad. My biological father could still be alive, but I'm still not exactly sure who that is, to be completely honest. Long story. I don't think I'll be here in 23 years. You don't? See what, you're 50, you're going to be what, 57, I think, this year? So 23 would put you at 80. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a toss-up. It's pretty arrogant to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to be here at 80. You are? You know what I mean? Like, I guess there's some people that you look at them, I don't know. That's just kind of an interesting topic because, I'm 52. I'll be 53 in August. And I can't, some parts of me feel really healthy and then other parts of me don't. So, I would definitely feel very lucky to be here at 80, but at the way things are going, it's like, fuck, man. I don't think I'll see 80. Arizona is a place where old people go to die. It's kind of interesting because, like the town that my buddy lives in, you have to be 55 to even live in that town. To own property in Sun City, you have to be at least 55. You can be younger than that if somebody else owns the property. They make a couple exceptions, but there's no schools, so you can't. You're not going to be able to raise kids there or nothing like that. I mean, maybe you could online, but it's designed for old people, and it's home of the octogenarian golf tournament, where it's for 80-year-olds. So it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Life is crazy. You just never know. And then you have to think about, your mental health. Like, does anybody want to be here as a fucking, you don't know what's going on type of thing. And if I can't be independent, I don't want to be alive. I want no one taking care of my daily. Yeah. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was my buddy Brian. Somebody was, I think it was Brian, was talking to me that, I don't know exactly who it was, but the amount of money that it costs to be in one of those homes, I'm sure there's different ones, but yeah, I have zero interest in that. I'm I'm not doing that. No need for it. No need for the cancer fucking bullshit. I got my own rules in life. We all do. Juicy Fruit, Dean Do, what's going down, sir? How are you? You didn't have a show today. But we're not getting any younger, gentlemen. It's just it's wild because I know Tommy. You know, you just lost your mom. You know, I lost my parents years ago, but it does something to you, and you know, it doesn't happen right away. You know, because it just it kind of your mind, you know, your mind starts playing tricks on you and stuff. Well, your mind doesn't play tricks on you. It just starts making you think about that morbid shit. You know what I mean? Like it's wild. So I mean, the goal is just to enjoy life. You know, I heard somebody say something a couple days ago. It hit me like a ton of bricks too. They said the only thing that you can take with you is your soul. You can't take anything else. You can just take your soul. And that's very important because you want your soul to be pure. You want, you know, to do nobody gives a shit about the money. You know what I mean? It doesn't nobody cares about the money and the accolades. It's all about your soul. So and for me, I mean it means something different for everybody. Talk positive. I'm trying to. I ain't done shit today. I've been hearing all this. I have been hearing positive things. I heard this one thing: inflammation causes depression. So if your diet, you know, you're eating a lot of sugar, like I have been, and you start getting inflamed, you know, inflammation, it causes depression. So I started following this one crazy Viking-looking guy. He's got some cool breathing techniques. And talking about cold plunges and stuff like that, but you could do it just in the shower. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been thinking about lately. Just, you know, especially with my business and stuff like that, we're not getting any younger. And it's like, you know, for my business, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm done setting goals for it. You know, I still want to set goals for it, but I don't know. I don't know how. What's up, Troc? I seen you were live. Are you still live? Aren't you doing a live show? And see, Troc just, you know, says you're still live. Oh, no, it doesn't. Now let's see what O'Brien's doing. Somehow I clicked on a Brian video. He said he's putting the old flag up. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let's see if it's in my history. Yeah. What's Brian doing on Memorial Day?
Represent my dad and all our veterans for Memorial Day today.
What's up, James? Memorial Day, we remember the fallen. And Trump said zero fallen in Venezuela, 13 fallen in Iraq, or I mean Iran. Don't even get me started on that shit. But right on, Brian. I can dig it. It's pretty cool, actually. How many views do you get? 3 views? That's it for raising the flag? Hey, did you guys see the video the other day of Mikey Scars? Do you know who that guy is, Mikey Scars? I don't know how he got up on. He just popped up on my thing. I watched a video of it, and his assistant kind of had a meltdown at the end of the video, saying that I don't know, somebody was pressing him in the chat, and then the guy was saying, "I'm the reason why this show is. I'm the one that makes this show," or something like this. And then they made the video private. I don't know. It was just kind of entertaining. A lot of people are going through it on YouTube. It's a tough gig, man. Good job, Brian. It's a tough gig on YouTube to make money and, deal with trolls, and everybody's got an opinion. That's my favorite thing to do is give Tommy and Thindu shit.
I'm wearing my dad's hat.
I really don't have
In the Army.
a whole lot going on right now.
God bless our veterans. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Yes.
Happy Memorial Day.
Good job, Brian. They will all dwindle out. I don't watch Scars. He's a goofball. I don't know who he is. I think I've heard somebody reference him once or twice, but I don't know anything about him. And I'm not talking crap about him. I just, it was just interesting to see that, because we all, anybody that goes live, it's a tough gig, man. When you're live on the Sunset Strip, there's no erasing it. You know what I mean? Whatever you say, it stands. You can delete the video, but you ain't deleting people's memories. You know what I mean? And yeah, people just know you. And after a while, you don't even really have to say anything sometimes. Like they, you know what I mean? People just know, So, yeah. And we've seen that before where people will partner up and then it just kind of exposes people. Like with the Marla and Angel thing, or JT, or fucking, you know what I mean? That type of bullshit. You know who your friends are, and, we have a good group over here of friends. Get in little arguments from time to time, I guess. Who was he angry with? RJ, yes. So, yeah, RJ. I don't know who it was in the chat, but the dude was saying, man, I can't remember Tommy exactly. And it didn't end well. The podcast didn't end well. He kind of lost a little bit, the RJ guy. I mean, he just kind of quiet, he just kind of was quiet at the end, but I'm such a stoner, I can't remember any of the details. So I probably shouldn't even have brought it up. But yeah, I'm sorry. I got nothing. I got fucking nothing on that. RJ is a good kid, but Scars is the most. I hate that fucking pop out chat button. And I bet you there's a way to get rid of it. If you have to go into, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out because it drives me nuts. And I've done this before with the heart button. You have to go into the code and delete some of the lines of code in order to get rid of the little pop-up boxes and shit. Because otherwise I have to put it damaging rat of all time. Now that the next comment came up. I hate that shit. Scars put over 80 away. Damn. I had no idea about that. That's crazy talk. And that just goes back to what I was saying about, the only thing that you're going to leave with is your soul. And no matter what, whether you can live to be 120, that's nothing compared to eternity. You know what I mean? So like, even think about this, regardless, our soul is somewhere, whether it's, who knows where it goes. Does it go to heaven? Does it go to hell? Does it go somewhere else? Who knows? It's somewhere. And our kids and our grandkids and our grandkids' kids and kids are still going to be here, more than likely. So our soul is still going to be present out there. And you want your soul to be, responsible, conduct yourself accordingly. I think that's all we got now, Right. Have a good evening, everyone. James is out of here. James came in, and James, before you leave, how are you doing with the drinking? If you don't mind me asking, are we drinking? Are we not drinking? Are we staying healthy? Are we staying positive? I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer, guys. Like I said, I did nothing today, so I'm just kind of chill. Just somebody wants to come up, you want to motherfuck somebody, you want to, whatever. It's starting to rain here right now. We have the little it's not raining that bad. It's supposed to be like a little atmospheric river come through. Well, let us know how you're doing, James, if you can, before you go. But yeah, what else? Yeah, just the whole soul thing. That's what I'm, you have to live your life, with good intentions. I would, I always have. And, because I don't know. What kind of videos do I got? I seen a cool video about DMT, because I know you guys are all interested in DMT, dimethyltryptamine. But it has to do with fighting dementia. And there's a lot of studies about that now.
Felix was beginning to get agitated with the dementia, but he could no longer drive. He knew he didn't remember things. But the cool part of him getting better is he doesn't remember not being able to remember, is the best way to put it. He doesn't even think he ever had dementia. So we have gotten him back. He's happier, healthier, and participating in family life now. His greatest joy is every other Friday we go watch our 2 great-grandchildren for 2.5 hours. And he wakes up that morning ready to go, and there never was an intoxication at all with any of the doses, and we did it probably once a month for 6 months or a little more, because he was so far into the dementia. And it's actually rebuilt some of the neurons so that he can function much better.
There's a bunch of different studies coming out about that now, and DMT is something that your body naturally produces. So, I'm no scientist, but apparently you can't really overdose on DMT. It's endogenous. You have receptors for it, I believe, where just like marijuana, then that's why you can't overdose on marijuana. And I've done DMT several times. It's been October will be, I think, 3 years since I did it. Maybe 2. I can't remember. It's either been 2 or 3 years. I did it at my buddy's birthday a couple years ago. It's super strong. It only lasts like 15 minutes, but this is a micro dose. This is taken a very, very tiny amount. So you're not really getting, I don't know anything about how they give it to people, but if anybody knows anybody with dementia, I'm not saying, give them DMT, but if nothing else is working and you want, it's something to look into. Anybody used to watch Young and the Restless?
She actually did it. Would you put on a bathing suit if you look like that? Not me, honey. But then again, I'd never look like that.
What's up, Janet?
Hey, everybody! I don't think you noticed. Tracy's here. Come on, you guys. Don't stay over there. Come on over here. Mingle. Have fun.
Kate, Amy, how you doing? Well, I'm glad you're finally here. You look terrific, girl. Hey, let me ask something. How much weight have you lost? What, huh?
15 pounds, Danny. Thank you. It's not all I wanted to lose, but I realized that I have a long way to go. 15 pounds isn't all that much when you're my size. But I've been working really hard on my diet all summer, and it's a start. Do you have any idea how long it's been since I've been able to get into a bathing suit? Oh, it's a lot more years than I can remember, and I promised myself that I was going to keep on working and stick to it, and then maybe by next summer I would have a body that I would be proud to show off.
Hey, we're all with you, Tracy. Yeah. Hang in there.
I think it's swell. Hey, I need to lose 5 pounds myself. You're an inspiration. It's my job. Listen to me. I've got to do something.
That's wild. How far we've come since those days, man. Nobody even looks like that anymore, really. You know, they're either artificial or, you know, I mean, with all the poison that's dropped out of the sky and in our food. It's crazy to look back at those times, you know. I can remember where I was at some, not this one. I never used to watch Young and the Restless, but I watched Days of Our Lives and As the World Turns. That was the one that got me into soap operas. I had my little soap opera phase for a minute. I don't know if any of you guys watched soaps back in the day, but
Felix was beginning to.
Marijuana. These cops are so worried about them having weed on them. I don't know where this is at.
We can smell weed.
I didn't even get high, officer.
I'm not saying you did.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's no weed because I'm actually mad because there's no weed. That's how I know that's cat. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody saying you did some shit that you didn't do. Is like I know it's not true because I'm really mad about not having weed.
My deputy could smell it the first time it came out. I can smell it now.
Dead ass. What kind of weed is that? I don't know. Fuck turkey burger weed. Somebody else probably smell.
We can smell weed.
I mean, just leave people alone about marijuana, please. I mean, if they're smoking it outside of a casino in Las Vegas, and I can understand telling them to knock it off. But, you know, or if they're driving and they're stoned out of their mind, I can understand that. But other than that, just leave people alone about weed, please. My Lord. President Trump.
In 2 wars recently, we've lost a total of 13 service members. In Venezuela, which was a complete and total victory, where we're working very closely with the Venezuela government right now. We took that over in one day, and we lost no one. In Operation Epic Fury, we lost 13 wonderful souls, wonderful, special people. These incredible men and women gave their lives to ensure that the world's #1 state sponsor of terror will never have a nuclear weapon. Oh, and they won't. They will never have a nuclear weapon. I'm sure you know that. In 2 wars recently, we've lost a total of 13.
That, you know, no comment. I'm not in the military. And we love our military men and women, of course. You know. Ugh. Oh, this one's for Theme Dude. We're going to watch, if you don't want to see Charlie Kirk get capped again, we're going to happen to watch a video of that because it's just basically what we're looking at here is Brian Harpel and, you know, Supposedly someone just shot from the rooftop of the Losi Center with a 30-06, and this is his reaction. This guy right here, this is his security. This is a guy suing Candace Owens for defamation because he can't get another job now because she's talking shit about him. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he was in charge of keeping Charlie alive and well.
They're not counting gang violence. Great.
I don't want to play it because in order to really get the full gist of it, you need to really just kind of zero in on him. I don't want to do that to you guys, so probably shouldn't even showed that. But fuck those security guys. This is the newest Adidas running shoe, the Adizero Prime X Evo. I don't think it's $500. Maybe there's one version for $500. I think they're less than $200, but I don't know if anybody's seen these shoes. I'll spare you from the music. Curious if anybody's tried those. Where's Adidas? They almost look Kanye West-like, in my opinion. How you doing, Gen X? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hotel worker hit them with a $250 smoking fee after saying he smelled smoke coming from the room. The husband crashed out. I hate that term, crashed out. Take your fucking crashed out and shove it up your sister's ass. Okay? Fuck your mother and crashed out. I hate when these guys always say the same thing over and over again. Now everybody crashes out. That's the new term. Anyway, this guy gets angry because he's going to get charged $250 for smoking in his room.
Let's see what we going through right here. Oh, I smoke in my room. I got kids right here.
Okay.
Come on, my nigga.
Okay.
Let's fuck up. You're going to charge me $250, extra $250. I see why you got a little rate.
I apologize about that. I apologize about that. I'm trying to talk because, like I said, I was trying to think what happened.
That's bullshit, though. Yo, you see I got kids, bro. You gonna
for today.
So don't damage anything, okay? No, don't damage. Please don't damage. No. He's not allowed in. Can you move everything out, please? No.
Yeah, and I do apologize. Okay, Tate, you just please calm down. And I was trying to.
I hear all week, bro. All of a sudden, that dude comes up his problems all of a sudden, bro.
Hey, you just calm down.
I'm calm, bro. I can, bro. Bro, that's what you mean.
But he's trying to call the police.
For no reason. He calling for nothing. I'm getting up. What?
I'm not trying to get the police.
Well, tell him to go up there. Like, tell him how you lied about that shit, too. You ain't gonna do that, though. What you looking at?
Stop doing that, please.
Man.
Okay.
Bro, my broken ass door over here.
Stop it.
I ain't gonna break your shit.
Don't damage anything. Don't damage anything. Don't damage anything. You are in my property, okay? Please understand that.
I don't care, bro. You see me like shit because I'm on your property, bro. And I pay to stay in your property, bro.
I'm trying to.
I'm not charging anything. I'm not charging anything.
Okay, but
I just said that. No, smoking in the room is that much. Now I understand he is proving himself right now that he's on high. Okay? Yeah, I can smell it. You know, I'm not born yesterday. Okay? I know what is the difference between smoke and not. With the kids involved, if I call the police, he is in trouble and you are in trouble.
Yeah, okay? And like I said, I wasn't smoking. I don't smoke.
I don't care who is smoking, but one of you is smoking.
Right,
smoked in the room.
He goes, he is on high. I can smell it. He is on high. There's going to be some serious, when they do replacement migration, which they've already started, but, it's going to be one or the other. It's either going to be AI takes out humans or replacement migration with Indians. And when the Indians come, in the masses, if they do, it's going to be serious racial war between blacks and Indians in this country. They do not like each other at all. Indians do not like blacks. And it's the way they talk that is going to set these people off, you know. And I've seen it. And I've had a couple of Indian roommates. And one Indian roommate, he said, the black community continues to fail us, or something like that. You know, that's just how they talk. So, but that whole thing that's just uncalled for. That's just fucking retarded for people to act like that. But we've all seen it, you know. And once it starts, there's no stopping them. They're going to continue to act like that, you know. I'd like to know what type of a hotel that was, you know. How much per night? You know, it's more of a privacy thing, but it'd almost be kind of nice to know who was actually staying in your hotel, or at least what type of people they allow to stay in a certain hotel. I mean, fuck that. I mean, I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't want to stay with a bunch of fucking maniacs. I hate staying in hotels anyway. What else we got going on here? So you guys know I live in Tacoma, which is south of Seattle, Washington State. Spencer Pratt is running for mayor of LA, going up against Mayor Bass, Karen Bass. And they're talking about the homeless situation. And he's basically saying that once he's tough on drugs and crime, that a lot of them will come here to Seattle because we have the socialist communist mayor, Katie Wilson. And he's probably not wrong. So
these people are addicted to fentanyl and meth. This isn't Spencer making it up.
Are you saying they don't have homes?
There is places for all of these people to sleep in LA. No matter what anybody tells you, we have housing and shelter for everyone that's living on the street. They're choosing to be on the street because they want to do drugs. They don't want rules. They don't want to listen. They want to have animals to abuse. This idea that they're forced on the street right now is a lie that our city is perpetuating. We've paid $24 billion to house these 40,000 people. There's spots for all of these people. They're choosing because they're an addict, and you can do fentanyl and super meth on the sidewalk with no repercussions. These places are not as they have to follow some rules. You can't torture a dog in some of these houses. You can't just attack people. You can't just be naked.
Where are you going to move?
Well, I just released a 9-minute video, so you can.
I think I saw your video.
Yeah, so it's very detailed.
But it's going to take time to build the facility and money.
No.
How fast do you think you can do it?
These people can literally. I went to Washington and I saw miles of the most insane prefabricated housing and building. I asked all the CEOs of these companies, say, how long does this take? I met with FEMA and HUD, 3 days. 3 days. And all of this is cheaper than trying to take over, kick senior citizens out of their buildings. This is what happens. They kick them out, and then the NGOs come in and they spend 4 years. This is LA. This is LA's timetable.
Where is this facility going to be?
It's on beautiful federal land property.
Where, in LA County?
Well, when I'm mayor, I'll go meet with the federal government and I'll get the property. Right now, I'm just running, so I can't give you the exact address because I don't have the legal responsibility to go represent Los Angeles and say, can I have this land? But when I'm mayor, I promise you, because we have the Olympics coming and everybody in the government wants LA to be the #1 most beautiful city, they will work with me to give me the land I need.
So you're going to move these 40,000 people somewhere, and you're going to have this facility up in, you said, how long?
Here's what you got to realize.
90 days?
Let me explain something. These 40,000 people, 60% of them, City Watch just announced this week, are not from Los Angeles. They're not from California. These people have been bussed in by scam rehabs, scam NGOs, scam homeless nonprofits. These people, when I unplug them and say, we're not taking our tax money anymore, they're all going to Seattle where the mayor will welcome them. These are products to a lot of people. So the people that want to keep doing drugs and live on the sidewalk, a lot of these people are going to leave. The other ones there's a lot of criminals. There's people that are getting naked in front of kids. They're going to jail. The people that are torturing animals, they're going to jail. So not everyone goes in the same box. So we have the money, we have the resources, and we have the facilities.
Yeah, and you know, they should just start, they just need to crack down on, you just go back to the way that they used to do it. Quit being fucking libtards. Quit enabling these people to do the drugs and just live on the street. It's so easy to get rid of them. So it is such a manufactured crisis, and it's homeless for profit. All that is just absolute fraud, and it's criminal what they've done, you know. And there's a couple families that mainly profit from all of that are behind the fentanyl and all that shit. Dirty motherfuckers, man. But yeah, they'll probably come here to Seattle, but hopefully we eventually get somebody here in Seattle that isn't like that, because it should be like that everywhere. It should just, you know, we need to go back to regular America. Fuck all this nonsense bullshit. You know, and the tribes here need to quit being hypocrites, because they're supposed to be against drug addiction and, you know, walk the red road and all this about staying sober and sobriety. Well, then how come we're voting in Democrats that just blatantly want drug addicts on the street and completely facilitate? It's not just enable, they facilitate this shit. You can go to the King County Health Department and get a bag of fucking crack pipes and foil and shit. We played the videos on here. So quit being hypocrites. And, it's old. It's just getting old. You guys just sound dumb when you're just being hypocritical all the time. So I don't know who that Spencer Pratt guy is, but I do like what he's saying about some of that stuff. This is a pretty interesting contradiction that this lady unveils about the Charlie Kirk situation.
Here are the tweets, once again, to remind you, all right? And I wonder if you'll notice. Also, now you heed the warning that Charlie doesn't trust someone, but when he texts everyone saying they are going to kill me, you all brushed it off. I hope you all feel absolutely awful for ignoring Charlie's concerns. And Alex answers, no, we did not brush anything off. We knew he meant the left, and we tried to get him to wear a bulletproof vest on campus stops and to only do indoor events. He refused. Yeah, that's how I know Alex is full of it, or she is told to say those things, okay? Because we all saw it unfolding. Erika said she had Charlie's phone and that he never said it. He never sent the message, they are going to unalive me. He never said anything else about it. Let's all remember that moment, okay? Again, very memorable moment.
I have his cell phone. Didn't say that.
This is what happens when a grieving wife challenges the internet's favorite rumor.
But Charlie and I we promised each other we would never live in fear. And he would say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
Then, when caught on a lie, because Candace revealed that it was Andrew Colvett that told Erika, yeah, we actually got those texts. Erika said he sent it on Telegram, where the messages automatically get deleted. Then she asked Candace if she had the actual texts. And once she made sure Candace didn't have them, she said Charlie meant left was going to unalive him. It was the left. But now Alex says they all knew he meant from the get-go that the left was going to unalive him. And that's why they wanted him to wear a vest, but he refused. So which one is it? The lies and inconsistencies just keep coming. Alex got too confident speaking online, and now she has chocolate all over her face. So I wonder, how many people knew about Charlie's texts? That they were going to unalive him. Did Erika know? And if she didn't, like she claimed, she didn't find out until she was made aware of those texts, when she found them on Telegram. Why didn't she know? Charlie didn't tell her. He told everybody at TPUSA, but didn't tell her. Is it because they were having problems and he didn't tell her? Or maybe she lied. But if she did lie about knowing, why?
Exactly. And you know, sorry, I'm chewing real quick. If it was really Tyler Robinson, okay? When you think of Tyler Robinson, do you think of the left? I mean, apparently they tried to convince us in the beginning that Lance Twiggs was involved, which was Tyler Robinson's boyfriend, I think. So that's how there's the connection that it's the left. But even if that's true, you don't hear any of these people, Erika or any of them, anti-left. And with Juneteenth coming up right now, they just are conveniently keeping it quiet and basically canceling all the events, because these are the same people that orchestrated. These are the same propagandists that do all this shit. And so if you think about it, wouldn't there be a big pushback against the Juneteenth celebrations and the rainbow flags right now? They would have to speak out against that. But they're the same organizations going all the way back to their Israel and Zionist people that created the LGBTQ movement. They create Hamas. They create all that fucking nonsense. They literally create everything from LGBTQ to Hamas, the terrorist group. Black Lives Matter, the Proud Boys, Nick Shirley, and everything in between. It's the same people. Because if it truly was this leftist, this guy that, you know, because apparently I guess Charlie didn't like trans people or something, I guess, is what they're trying to say. I don't fucking know. I don't know exactly what they're trying to say, but what I do know is that whatever they're trying to insinuate about the left, there would be so much more pushback against these Juneteenth celebrations. So what's their answer? They're just going to quietly cancel all of them. I mean, think about in years past how major what happened to all those people? Where are they at? They just quietly go away. How does that work? Yeah, all these allegedly these tons and tons of people that hit the streets and wearing spandex and shit, and now they just don't want to come out and celebrate. I don't buy it. This is some bullshit right here. Those Poly Market and Call Sheet where you bet, they scam you. And I remember Larry Rolla talking about this. It's the same principle in his horse racing and why he quit betting. Because, sorry, I got to quit eating. You're not supposed to eat and talk at the same time. I remember Larry Rolla was talking about he quit betting on horses because they were just rigging it. You would make a bet where you were going to get 4-1. So you bet at $100 and you win $400. Well, you make that bet, but then once the race kicks off, it's not 4-1 anymore. Now it's 3-1 or 2-1 or some weird fraction, but it's less than 4-1 is the point. The point is that you think you're getting a certain odds, and you're not getting that in any stretch of the imagination. Well, this happened to this guy on Call Sheet. And it's funny that his last name is Kalish, which is basically those same letters. But anyway, he said he bet 10 grand and they changed it from 93 to 38.
I go on to place this bet for the PGA Championship, and I say I want to bet $10,000 on Brooks Koepka to win, and we're talking before the match, like Thursday morning, and I hit bet. And what do you think happens? If you're a gambler and you put $10,000 in, and the website says 93 to 1 and you hit bet, what do you expect to happen? You think you're getting fucking 93 to 1, right? And,
of course.
And you're going to win $930,000, right?
Yes.
And so it turns out my bet's getting dumped to Wall Street market makers for a fraction of the amount. It was like, 60% vig basically on this bet. I go on to place this bet for the PGA Championship, and I say I want to bet $10,000 on Brooks Koepka to win, and we're talking before the match, like Thursday morning.
I don't know who that idiot he's talking to is, but that dipshit doesn't know anything about gambling. He just kind of froze when he asked him what he thinks going to happen. Don't gamble, guys. It is the worst possible thing you can do with your life. It's worse than playing video games. This is fucking disgusting.
This Texas attorney and father is being charged with the SA of his dog after his wife caught him and turned him in, and he has now hired a very expensive attorney and bonded out of jail for $750. His name is Steven Tyler Swain, and he has a law firm in Houston where he practices civil law. In November of last year, he was having renovations done on his home, and so his wife installed security cameras. It's been alleged that his wife believed he was bringing adult workers into the home for himself, and that when she reviewed the surveillance footage, she found videos of him and their small dog, Shipley. The exact timeline isn't super clear, but what we do know is his wife filed for divorce in December of 2025. And then a month ago, the SPCA reached out to the police telling them that they had been told by his wife that there were these disturbing videos. So that prompted the investigation into him, where his wife told police that is 100% my husband and 100% our dog.
And so with a story like that, you always want to, double check. And I just did a simple Google. Steven Tyler Swain, 56, is a Houston, Texas attorney who operates Swain Law Firm, facing a felony bestiality charge in Harris County. Inappropriate conduct with the family dog. Wife installed cameras. So it's verbatim to what that video said. I mean, these people are fucking disgusting, man. I mean, let me get back to the video here. What is the penalty for that? for bestiality? And I've said this more times than I can count on this show. They're lucky I'm not in charge, because I would hang that guy. I would just hang him, It's like, dude, I'm sorry, man. You're going to get hung this afternoon, like right now, for doing that. Anybody that does that deserves to be hung, in my opinion. Fucking disgusting, man. Having sex with the fucking dog. And you have kids too. Motherfucker, man. People are so gross. Yeah, I totally believe this. They're talking this. I don't know who these people are, but they're talking about TPUSA and their grift on milking wealthy baby boomers, not building a youth movement. And so they're going after old people, making them believe that they're helping young people.
Their whole shtick was getting money from older Republicans that are super wealthy,
yes,
to make them feel like they were converting the youth with regular frequency, but their ad spend was entirely for like the 65 plus year olds. They weren't actually even
Really?
Yeah, they weren't actually targeting young people at all. They were targeting older people and duping them into
well, that
believing.
makes sense too, because there's a new thing that just came out about how so many of the Turning Point chapters are fake.
Yeah.
Like they don't exist. They went and they called these chapters. They're not there. The school has no record of this. So that makes sense.
No, it was a little bit of a scam to dupe older people into thinking that like they were actually to dupe older people into giving them money with the idea that they were actually convincing young people to vote Republican and become
just a crazy fucking organization that we need to burn to the ground. What's up, Dean? Do you want to come up for a minute? What were we angry about? You want to vent? You got to go back to work tomorrow? I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm going to go sell all day at the admin building. I normally babysit in the afternoon on Tuesdays, but my daughter said since they wanted to give her a day off for Memorial Day, she's normally off on Mondays anyway, so they're going to give her Tuesday off. So she's got a 3-day weekend, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, so, and you know, we've heard a lot of these guys talk about numbers that we know are fake. You know what I mean? But we're gonna move on. We got better videos to watch. I love this video right here. Kind of hits home for me. You know, not so much anymore, but a lot of us have went through this phase when it comes to like apples and meat and just trying to eat healthy.
The apple has wax on it and is sprayed in pesticides. You need to wash it off first. The tap water is full of toxic chemicals. Do not use it. The pitcher is made of plastic. It's leaching contaminants into the water. The paper towels are made using bleach. Do not use them. Do not use the paper towels. That rag was washed with toxic laundry detergent. It's in the fabric. The soil is devoid of all nutrients. The apple will have no nutritional value.
So he settles for potato chips. Too freaking funny. And it's crazy because I have a coffee pot in my Amazon cart right now, a metal French press, because I heard that it's toxic, a regular coffee pot. So. Two absolute retards talking to each other. I don't know who the other guy is. Bill Maher and this guy. It's really what two retards look like having a conversation.
I think that when it evolves to a certain level with it and they can get their arms around it, if they do, I think it's going to be a different and better place, because there are jobs that you're forgetting. I don't think a robot can do plumbing. I think people like
they
that
absolutely could.
They will no. I think plumbers and tradespeople for a long time will have an incredible income flow. I think between government and corporate who run the world, they'll sit down and take care of the majority of the people. They'll give them a 3-day work week. They'll find a formula like they always have historically where there's a balance. Now, in that balance, will we be number one in this corridor of Canada, South America? I don't know. You know, you got China and Russia. There's a lot of moving parts out there that this whole scenario can change, but you'll never replace what this country represents in terms of a democracy.
I think this is why you look so good at your age, because you're basically optimistic. Because I don't see it at all the same way. I totally think a robot will be doing plumbing on your house.
Not for a while. I think they'll construct it, but I don't think
they drive cars.
I know.
So you think plumbing is more
last on the list? I don't think a goddamn robot's going to dig it up and go up in the ceiling and say, "Hey, Hank, what's the measurement on the tooth?"
I think that's exactly what they'll do.
We'll talk in 2 years. How's that?
Let's have a bet.
You got it. How much you want to bet? I'll give you a gold record, and you're going to give me that sign over there with the Beatles.
I will bet you 10 Trump coins.
Wait a minute.
He's got his. No, he's
I
got
want
his.
some value.
Yeah, like I said, you know. But I mean, it kind of is an interesting conversation. Thindu is in construction. I'm curious what his take is on that as far as robots taking over construction jobs. I mean, obviously, it's not a good idea. I mean, humans have to have something to do. But at the same time, you can't, there's no way you're going to stop a company from using it if it's available. That's not going to happen either. But the way that the world's headed here, I mean, the separation between the rich and the poor, the rich will hire robots or fucking whoever they want, and the rest of us are going to learn to plumb ourselves. Ain't going to be no hire and no plumber for nothing, robot or human. Nobody's going to be able to afford to hire a plumber. They're going to have to get in there and stick their hand down the toilet and grab that shit themselves because the gas is $17 a gallon. I mean, that's just how it's going to work, you know. You need a new septic tank put in or whatever. Well, grab a shovel. You know what I mean? Grab a shovel and fucking learn to drive a backhoe. I don't know. But I don't know. It is interesting.
I think when it evolves to a certain...
I think we're years away from a robot coming into a house and plumbing and doing plumbing. I think that's not in our lifetime. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would honestly like to see that. I'd like to see a robot pull up and fucking do the plumbing. Come on in. You want some coffee? You want some fucking WD-40, motherfucker? You want some, you need a fucking SD card? You need some fucking, lens cleaner? Let me get you a fucking, while you're here, let me get you a lens cleaner, a fucking USB. You want to plug in for a minute? I mean, what's the conversation with the robot? Like, do you have a sister? Do you have a sister I can date? What's your sister like? Happy Monday from Pampered Chef. As we get closer and closer, yeah, I like Pampered Chef. I'm not gonna lie. I use Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef has some good stuff, man. I don't know if you guys ever had anybody that's thrown a Pampered Chef party. My ex used to do Pampered Chef. They got good stoneware, especially. That's what I need to get. I should get a little pizza stone. Cook pizzas on it, cook cookies on it. Get you a nice little piece of stone. And you can use in the oven. They're good for cooking cookies, too. I need to ask my ex about that, if she still uses her stoneware. But they have the famous apple peel core slicer for the apples. Pampered Chef. I don't know if you guys use Pampered Chef or not. I'm sure Thindu does. Tommy's probably heard of it. Thindu probably uses it. Tommy uses it for his feet. Thindu's probably got Pampered Chef something in the kitchen. Pope Leo calls for AI to be immediately disarmed, and companies and compares it to a nuclear missile.
Artificial intelligence needs to be disarmed. The word is strong, I know, but deliberately chosen because this moment needs words capable of attracting attention, awakening consciences, and indicating paths forward for humanity. The Church has long been working for nuclear disarmament, aware that every great technical power can affect people's lives, and so must be accompanied by adequate moral discernment and public control. Nuclear disarmament remains a service to peace and the dignity of the human family. In a similar sense, artificial intelligence now demands to be disarmed, freed from logics that turn it into an instrument of domination, exclusion, and death. Like nuclear energy, it must be at the service of all and of the common good.
Yep.
His Holiness' call for discernment is profoundly timely. I wish to name 3 questions where I think the Church's voice is especially needed. The first is our duty to the global poor. There is a real possibility that AI will displace human labor at a very large scale. If that happens, supporting those displaced will be a moral imperative of historic proportions. This task will be difficult enough, but I worry most dialogue misses an even harder challenge. AI development is concentrated in a handful of wealthy nations. How will we ensure that the gains of AI are shared globally? We do not have a mechanism for this. It is an unsolved problem. And it is the kind of problem the Church has historically refused to let the world ignore. The second is the need for moral imagination and ambition regarding human flourishing. If AI models are going to be widespread, what does it look like for humans, families, and the world to flourish? Today, parents are already worried about their children's minds, individuals about the future of their work. These are not questions a lab can answer, but they are questions traditions like yours have carried for millennia. And we need you to keep carrying them into this new moment in history.
It's very true. You know, globally, collectively, we're all thinking the same thing. And, you know, it's like that movie in the scene in the movie, I think it was Shooter, where that old guy says, there's 2 types of people in the world, the haves and the have-nots, you know. And we're the have-nots. And the, you know, so it's, your mind just kind of goes blank, you know, thinking about it. But, you know, it's not science fiction anymore. It's not conspiracy theory anymore. People are losing their jobs and they can't find new jobs. And it's not funny. You know, those are a lot of people, you know, like for me personally, I feel blessed to even be doing what I'm doing. I don't have a lot of, I'm a grinder and I can, you know, I've been struggling all along anyway. So it's just another day in the park for me, but for a lot of people, it's not, and they don't know how to handle it. You know, a lot of people can't handle the pressure, and it's just, how is it going to end up? And it's just frustrating that, you know, we went from possibly getting, what do you call them? The stimulus checks or a tariff check to paying, how much at the gas. Everything is just so expensive. It's just such a slap in the face, such a lie. The conversation is not going away. You know, this is Victor Marx's wife. Okay, these evangelical people, highly manipulative, sex trafficking, handlers. I mean, it's just really interesting for me personally just to listen to these people and they're who they are.
And if you know who's in you, they know it too. If they know you don't know who you have living in you, they know that. And then they'll try to bully you because you're not using your authority. When Victor and I were in Hawaii, you know how some people bring home cute little animals because they just feel so sorry for the animals? My husband would not bring home animals, he'd bring home people. People. And he has the biggest heart. So God enlarged my heart because now we have somebody in my living room. They're going to stay with us. But one of those persons, young man, Victor met on the airplane coming back from California. We were in Hawaii. And this poor young guy was demon possessed. The demons possessed him. And he was into all kinds of drugs. So he comes into our house, and every Friday after we did karate, Victor would do a Bible study. So I was sitting next to this young man named Greg, and he starts manifesting. He does not like praise. So as he's manifesting, Victor motions for me to take him out of the room. Okay, honey, thank you. So we go to the next room, and I don't know what to do. So I just start, we're like this, we're sitting just like this. So I just start saying, Jesus, 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 Jesus. And this demon inside gets so mad. This is what he does. He turns his body towards me. I'm sitting here. He hikes up his knees like he wants to kick me. And I know who's in me, and I know who's in him, and he wasn't able to do anything. He knew that if he even tried, he wouldn't be able to. I just went, praise God. This demon in here is trying to intimidate me, but he couldn't. Ladies, you know why? Because I know who's in me. And that demon knew who's in me. Thank you, God. It has nothing to do with me. It's the one in me.
What the hell did she even say there? And remember, Victor Marx is more than likely going to become governor of Colorado. This is how much power these people have. And now, starting to put all the pieces together, it's starting to look like this is the lady that Erika Kirk referred to when she said the only person that she talked to was a pastor's wife for like 8 months. So this could be this lady and Victor could be like Erika's something. And were they involved in, orchestrating Charlie's death? It's crazy. Those people are literally fucking crazy, man. Her and her husband. It doesn't get any more crazy than saying that you cut off the head of a cat and then you were made to wear it when you were 3, or that somebody put a gun in your hand and you pulled the trigger and shot a guy in the head at 7. And then the stories just keep going and going and going and going. So, potential spam. I don't think I will answer that. Those people are fucking dangerous, man. Super fucking dangerous. Who says that? Oh, there's a demon in him. And he raised up like he was going to kick me, but he couldn't because I know who I am. What? What the fuck does that even mean, lady? My God. It's fucking crazy town. I don't know where this is at, but this is when you got some money. When you got people by the pool shooting birds with a fucking squirt gun so they don't bother the people eating. Has anybody ever seen this before? Maybe this is a thing somewhere.
Shadow of death. I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of.
You know, I may have heard my buddy say something about that one time when he went to Mexico. I can't remember, but yeah, it's just kind of interesting. I'm always concerned that my chat is broken, but because the last chat I got was from Thindu, and every time he comes in here, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it breaks the whole YouTube thing. I can't wait to get him into a phone booth and just where are you at, Thindu? Did you see the phone booth video that I showed yesterday? What do we have here? Okay. Something about Trump getting bit on the PP, and he hit a woman. This is what's being alleged here. Does anybody know anything about this story?
File unclassified filed EFTA 00057759. The interviewing agents asked redaction to provide additional details regarding her first interaction with Donald Trump when she was approximately 13 to 15 years old in either New York or New Jersey, while also in the company of Jeffrey Epstein. Redacted, classified that when she previously said Trump struck her after she bit him on the penis, she provided further details that he pulled her hair and punched her on the side of her head. With respect to redacted mother, redact, deceased, redact, recalled her mother spent approximately 2 years in federal prison in Colombia, South America, around the time. Redacted was 17 or 18 years old. Redacted. Mother's sentence was related to an embezzle conviction connected to being blackmailed by Jeffrey Epstein and Jim Atkins over explicit photographs of redacted.
I don't know, guys. The whole thing is just fucked up. We need to take Trump and his nasty ass and drain the swamp. He is the swamp. Dirty little fucking, just bare minimum sexually deviant, dirty bastards. Nasty, sexually transmitted disease, dirty bastards. So fucking gross, and more than likely with underage girls. I mean, Jesus, it's just fucking ridiculous. Seattle residents are building walls to protect themselves.
There's been a shooting almost every night in the last couple of weeks.
It's terrifying to live here, and it's even more terrifying that the city is absolutely doing nothing to protect the citizens in this neighborhood.
Which is why they're taking matters into their own hands. They put up these makeshift barriers.
It was a game changer. It made it feel much more safe there.
There's been a shooting almost every night in the last couple of weeks.
It's terrifying to live here, and it's even more terrifying that the city is absolutely...
Yeah. It's fucked up, man.
Her bike was stolen from outside the library 2 weeks ago.
The 10-speed? Did you lock it up?
They used bolt cutters. Some black guy from the neighborhood, one of the other kids. What?
Did I say anything?
In the lip lock when we picked up. Cars make kiss taste like cherry maraschino ride. Passenger seat, tropical heat. Eyes so red, you could be my Valentino, yeah.
Her bike was stolen from outside the library 2 weeks ago.
The 10-speed? Did you lock it up?
They used bolt cutters. Some black guy from the neighborhood, one of the other kids.
Good scene. Apparently, they have steroid Olympics now. I can't remember what it's called, but they allow you to do all the, and it's basically because it's just a commercial to get all these people to inject themselves. Big Pharma's putting it on, and it's very sinister if you think about it, because there's a lot of people that are doing Ozempic and those GLPs or whatever. It's super fucking dangerous, some of that shit, Some of it's probably placebo and a waste of your money, and some of it can probably kill you. Enhanced Games, that's where they were at. This is just an interaction between one of the athletes and Rampage Jackson.
Excuse me, buddy. Beat it.
Come here, let me see something. Let me see something. Be careful who you play with, nigga.
You trying to square up with me?
Be careful who you play with.
I'm just kidding,
Go
man.
play with toys. Don't play with grown men.
I've been seeing your live streams lately, but I had to do it.
I know.
Man.
What's your name?
Bodie.
All right. Play with toys. Don't play with grown men.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. I had to do it.
All right.
It took everything in me to do it.
Yeah. You look, I'm in a good mood.
Huh?
You look, I'm in a good mood.
I know.
And I'm live on camera. Can't do nothing.
I took everything in me.
Yeah. Well, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
All right.
Much respect to you. I've been a fan of your sport.
Thank you. What sport you do?
Weightlifting.
Oh, okay.
Not a fighter.
All right.
So forget about it.
You came close.
I know I did.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I did.
That stream saves you. I don't want to end up like my son, going through fucking trouble. Some days people don't want to be fucked with.
Yeah, I mean, easy prediction here. The Enhanced Games is not going to end well. Something bad will happen. It's gonna. 100. It's not that. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was like 10 years ago and say, okay, you guys go do steroids or whatever. The shit they got out there now, man, it's just going to end up, it's going to fuck people up. You should not be injecting that shit in your body, in my opinion. None of that shit. I did HGH for a while. Didn't really do much. Gave me a little energy. But you got people out there that are doing 5, 6, 7, 8 fucking drugs a day injections. It's crazy town. How would you like your kid to graduate and have to walk out in the rain?
Gabriella, Bosch time, girls. Hey, win, Byfield.
RIP headphone user. Sorry about that. My Lord. Where's Steen do at? I'm going to put him in timeout just for putting that comment. Steen do, you're in timeout if you're still listening. Go in the bathroom. Get in the bathroom with some Windex, with some turtle wax. Why don't you turtle wax the toilet for me for a minute? How about that? How about you get some turtle wax and you turtle wax the back of the toilet so we can shoot some dice out here. What else we got? The Pope says church and Anthropic will work together to find the way for humanity.
In a special way, I'd like to thank Mr. Ola for accepting our invitation. In turn, in the name of the church, I accept your invitation to work together, to listen and to speak, and together to find the way for humanity in this time of artificial intelligence. What a great sign of hope it is that with our differences, we can listen to one another. This interchange clearly bespeaks the gravity of the moment, as well as confidence that together we can discern the major questions of our time, and so the future of humanity.
I mean, I do like the fact that the Pope is speaking up about AI, you know. I mean, the bottom line is you got to give people jobs. It fucks everything up. It fucks things up for small businesses. My business ain't going nowhere if people don't have jobs. You know, I need people to be doing good for my business to do good. I'm not a recession type of a business as far as I know. But I drew him out of the bushes with that. He said, "Shut up. Memorial Day is coming to an end. Gray skies over here." Yep, I'm going to go to the store here in a little bit after the show. It's hard for me to get motivated sometimes, man. I don't know what my deal is. I just go through these phases where it's like, I mean, I feel blessed that I have my business and I'm able to, you know, not have to really worry about it too much, but at the same time, it's a whole nother stress that it puts on me. I don't know. It's weird. Just got to push through it. Tim Dillon.
Everything in America right now, people get mad when I say this. I don't care. Everything is some type of psyop. And that doesn't mean that you should lose all contact with reality. But what I mean by that, okay, is that, and they're not even good. The psyops are not even good. They're not good. They're effective because you're aiming for the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, and he's totally right. And a perfect example is the White House shooting. I mean, at that point, it's like no one cares. No one cares at all, you know, and no one believes it. No, you know, you hear the White House, and no one, it is absolute. And you know, once they abbreviate it too, White House correspondent, when they did the WHCD, I already knew it was going to be a fucking bullshit story. Everything is a psyop.
And what I mean by a psyop is they're literally coming out and inventing people and inventing, and you have to go along with it. And the way they get you to do that is by shoving it down your throat. There's nowhere for you to go. You cannot escape. The only escape from this is death. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, and you know, listening to Jesse Waters and Glenn Beck and all those fucking retards, that's what you're going to get. PSYOP Central. They are the military-industrial complex. So,
war hero, war hero, war hero, war. They're in Kentucky doing whatever the fuck they do at a Waffle House. War hero, war hero, war hero, war hero. Navy SEAL, handshake, Navy SEAL, war hero, Navy SEAL. To a point where, like a horde of zombies, I guess they go into the voting booth and vote for this guy who's trying to quite literally kill their children. He wants their children dead, but because every day, war hero, Navy SEAL, handshake, war hero, loyal, America, patriot, America, Lord. You just get to a point you go, I don't even know what's up and what's down, what's real or what's fake. This is what I mean about a psyop. This is not a campaign. These are not campaigns. Not campaigns about ideas where people are debating ideas. This is a psychological operation.
yeah, and I'm going to move on from there, and that's why I do this show, because I think if I add any value to anything, that would be it, you know, is that I've been in the world of the conspiracy theories and the psyops and the red flags, false flags for a long time, decades. So I just have the ability to call bullshit. And right now it's all bullshit. So it's not that hard to do. But when you talk about trying to decipher, you know, what's what, like with Turning Point USA, for example, yeah, good luck with that one, you know. But I think that's where I come in a little bit. And I don't understand all their bullshit, but I think I got a lot better understanding and a lot earlier understanding of what was going on than most people. And I've been saying all along that we need to burn that company to the ground. Don't be fooled by the psyops, people. Tommy Stiggs is a psyop. Thindu is a psyop. Both of those guys are definitely psyops. Government plants put out there, you know, back in the 70s, 60s and 70s. And we'll do a show on that one day. Candace Owens talking about she doesn't believe that Sam Altman, Peter Thiel, and Elon Musk are completely human. And I tend to agree.
I'm telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like, I look at Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel, and I'm pretty sure they're hybrid. You know what I mean? Like, they just look like an Apple software that I should be able to download at night, you know? Like, my phone's getting an update or something. It's something in the eyes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I know I'm human, but I don't know if I stabbed you if you bleed, you know? I'm not going to stab them, but I don't know if they bleed all the way. I think a battery would fall out. You know what I mean? And I just get that sense. I've always known it was demonic. And people just get on board because, as we talk about in this book, they are using science and this idea of technology and this idea of transforming society for the better to indoctrinate us into accepting this. And it's wrong and it's backwards. And the main component of all of this is psychology, right? They're able to do it because of psychology, making you think that society has gotten better. Our kids have objectively gotten dumber. We've become fatter. We've become less healthy. We've become less emotionally sound. And yet they are convincing us that this is like humanity's great leap forward. We put a man on the moon, and he just like called them up and was like, hey, Prez, what's up? I'm up here. Yeah, it's so cool. It's really great. It's nice. Starry night up here. Okay, I'm gonna text you. I gotta go by in 69. And they get these people, they tell you like he's a genius. They're all writing like he's a genius. So we should just accept that Elon Musk is a genius, because like all the writers who are obviously indoctrinated into the occult are telling us that this is the next person that we should worship. The establishment of Hollywood. It was all occults. They were all Aleister Crowley proteges.
Hi, CG2. How are you? Drive safe.
Who were just raping kids and summoning demons, and demons are real. So at the same time that they're summoning demons, they are making us all believe that faith is not real. And that has been, I think, the greatest trick.
It is all a trick. And, you know, you think about like the Charlie Kirk assassination, Elon Musk, when the astronauts went around the moon. You didn't even hear from him, really. It's all bullshit. I don't believe Elon's a genius. He doesn't prove he's a genius. You know, he sits there and, you know, his tactic is he slow rolls you. Ask him a simple question and he takes fucking 10 minutes to answer it. Because I guess he's so smart. He has to process through all that trillions of information in his brain. You know, there's trillions of files in there, I guess, because he's such a genius. It takes him fucking 10 minutes to answer what he ate for dinner last night. I mean, I never bought that he was a genius. And I believe Sam Altman is a murdering psychopath. Peter Thiel, I don't know much about Palantir or what they're all about, other than I believe this is the guy that funded J.D. Vance, you know, surveillance state. The Young Turks guy saying, well, we'll just listen to him talk.
So when Candace first said a while back, you know, I've been the victim of Israeli propaganda my whole life, and they got me to hate Muslims. Yeah. That was the first time I thought, oh, wait a minute. It was Israeli propaganda. Mm-hmm. Like, I had never thought of it because it's like, I grew up here. So when you ask a fish, how's the water? He says, what water, right? So my experience was, what Israeli propaganda? You know, part of the reason I despise mainstream media so much is because I believe them. They brainwashed me into believing nonsensical things like Ronald Reagan is a cowboy and he's a guy, running a shining city on a hill, and and
Obama is great.
Yeah, and Obama is amazing, and he's for real change, right? Et cetera, et cetera. And they have been brainwashing us by calling Muslims terrorists when Israel attacked them and took their land over and over and over again in 48 and 67, again during Gaza. And the entire time American media was like, no, the one taking the land, the one doing the genocides, the one doing the attack are the victims. Yeah. And they're oh my God, the victims of Israel. I mean, what a bunch of preposterous liars, right? All lying to us in unison to get us not just to support Israel, that would be one thing, but to hate Muslims.
So true. Perfect example, 9/11. Total inside job orchestrated by our own government and the Israeli Zionists, including the owner of the Twin Tower buildings, Larry Silverstein. And they just blamed it all on Muslims. Let's hate the fucking anybody wearing a turban. And just look at, it worked too. There was a lot of us became Muslim haters right after 9/11. I know I did because I was 29 years old and I was ready to sign up for the military. Even at 29, I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go over there and kill Saddam Hussein myself. Those fucking Muslim motherfucking terrorists. But it was all a lie, Muslims are the chillest people ever. It's the Israelis that are the fucking monsters, It's like a thief will steal from you and help you look for it. It's that type of tactic, Moral blackmail. They do all kinds of weird shit. So I ain't afraid to say it. Fuck them motherfuckers, man. Scott Adams back in 2015, I think, predicted Trump had a 98% chance of winning. And it's just fun. It's just interesting why he thought
a year ago you came out and said that Trump is going to win by a landslide, but is going to win by such a margin that we haven't seen it in recent history.
Yes, I did. Would you like me to take you through that?
Sure.
So the prediction was based on his persuasion skills, not on politics. My politics don't align with him or with anybody else. But I am a trained hypnotist. I learned hypnosis when I was in my 20s. Actually went to school for it, got certified.
Okay, so you could actually hypnotize me right now.
I could, yes.
You could.
I just thought that statement right there was very powerful and very interesting too, because it's not based on politics, it's based on persuasion. Being persuasive is very powerful. Very powerful. And I'll use my persuasiveness when I need to, to get myself out of jams or to get what I want for certain things, It's kind of hard to come up with an example right now. The last one was the dentist. The lady on the phone was like, oh, we don't have an appointment. And oh, no, it was actually at the dentist office. They were trying to tell me they couldn't get me in until June 20th for a dentist appointment. And I got in. That was on a Friday. I got in on the next Monday to get it fixed, my filling fixed, because of persuasion. So, sometimes you just have to be persuasive, but it's very powerful. And you see that with Trump, the way he tells his stories and stuff like that. Oh, the way he talks about his wife, the way he'll say, he talks about the ballroom, but we're all onto it now. A lot of us now, we hear Trump talk and I just think he's a dirty motherfucker. So I don't listen to anything he says anymore, really. Well, I'll listen to it, but I don't listen to it with any, good intentions. I know he's just a monster. What we got here? Cars for Kids, if you guys ever remember that. That was just actually a scam to fund Zionist trips to Israel.
Cars for Kids case that was just ruled in California, because a judge has ruled that Cars for Kids, the jingle, is false advertising. Now, you might think that this is a charity for underprivileged kids. It's absolutely not. It was found out that it is an organization used to fund Jewish nonprofit group called URA that organizes Jewish summer camps and gap year trips for Israel for just Jewish teenagers from New York and New Jersey. And in fact, they don't even operate in California. When their COO took the stand in this case, she said, actually, no, the only thing we've got in California is a backpack giveaway, but we raise 30% of our income from California, but we don't do anything there. It really has nothing to do with underprivileged kids. We are just trying to send Jewish kids in the East Coast on these trips and match them with families. Turns out they have millions of dollars, mostly, again, a third of it raised from California. They bought a building in Israel for $16 million to grow the Israel program. And they explicitly stated, we're not here to help needy kids. The judge said,
unfucking believable. Cars for Kids is to send only Jewish kids from New York and New Jersey on summer camp trips to Israel. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Proof that Erika Kirk has nothing to do. Proof that list Erika found has nothing to do with their marriage, as Barron would want you to believe. No, it does. And these people are just gaslighting. So, hold on. I don't even know what this is. Let me watch this.
It's because, there are so many treasures in here. Like, for instance...
Oh, yes. This is the letter where she says there's so many treasures. She finds a letter that Charlie left behind, and it totally just slaps her in the face. We believe now that they were going to get a divorce. And so that's, maybe why they had to hurry up and kill him so she could take over before he divorced her. But this list is really telling.
Like this piece of paper, he wrote on everything. He has papers everywhere. This says, it's the priorities. It says family, children, legacy, kids number one, versus careerism, consumerism, and loneliness. That's interesting. I don't know.
Yep. So it's like he set her up. Kids and family versus careerism and loneliness. And she didn't know how to take that. It kind of caught her off guard there. This dude is talking to Sneeko. He says he works in finance in Israel and that he used to work in the same building, or that he works in the same building that Jeffrey Epstein used to work in.
Is that Mossad headquarters?
You know, Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
Worked a floor below me.
Say, for real? You're capping.
It was the 13th. Do you know numerology?
Yeah.
It was the 13th floor.
33rd floor?
13. The 13, the number 13 in numerology is a powerful number.
And Jeffrey Epstein worked on that floor in your building?
He worked on the 13th floor.
You're lying.
I'm not.
What did he do?
What do you mean, what did he do?
What was he doing for work there?
I have no clue, bro.
Dude, you work in Mossad headquarters. Like, what? Wait, so this is after 2008. I remember he fled to Israel, correct? When he was convicted of sex crimes, he went there and they protected him.
I don't know. I didn't study Jeffrey Epstein.
Wait, who told you? How do you know that he worked there?
My colleagues that work with me, they told me Jeffrey Epstein used to work.
So you work for the same company that Epstein worked for? You work for Mossad?
No, bro, no. It's a corporate building. It's a corporate building.
Okay, so what? Yeah, you said you work in sales. What do you do?
I sell funding solutions for businesses. I work in finance. I have a degree in mathematics.
Funding solutions. Can you be more specific?
So for businesses in the US who need, funding, who need anything for the business,
so you're a
credit
hedge fund?
repair. Not a hedge fund. we are brokers. We broker between lenders who have money and businesses who need money.
Oh, you're like a money lender.
I'm broker.
Okay. Well, what do they sell? What's the majority of your sales?
MCAs. These are loans that are based on the monthly revenue of a company.
So you sell
And
loans.
I also do trading.
Wait, you sell loans?
I sell loans. I sell money. Yeah, mainly loans.
You sell money?
Yeah.
Okay. So your company makes money off of interest. Usury.
Exactly.
It's a usury headquarters. Okay, that makes sense why Epstein lived there. He said in the files, I've studied it, he said, we work in finance while the Goyim work in the real world. Epstein said, we'll make money on Wall Street.
My company was founded way after Epstein.
Sure, but he worked there, and that's what he said specifically, like, we'll let the Goyim work in the real world. We'll make money off of interest in finance.
It's disgusting to even hear that shit. You know, when I hear that, it makes me think that, you know, these are the people that can rig sports and rig the stock market. You know, that guy says that he's into trading. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. I bet you know everything ahead of time, and it's just easy to trade when you already have foreknowledge of everything. This is pretty intense. This was the Indy 500. We watched it yesterday, but
going. Great. By 2 L back. By 3. By 1. By 1, clear. Low on the bottom. Low on the bottom. Still down there. Clear behind them. By 3, pad up. Still down there, just you two. Paddle with you. Still down there, just you two. Still down there, you two. Still there. Clear. Go get him here, to the line, come on. They're all clear, you and him. Region. Deploy. Yes! What a fucking finish! Hell yeah! Red 12, you just won the Indy 500. You just won, buddy. Hey, Beatles, that fella. Oh, I wish you were here. Oh.
yeah, that's pretty good driving. The CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, I can't stand this motherfucker, man. You know, BlackRock is a huge company. They have their hands in everything. They own like 60% of United States real estate. I mean, they basically own a little of everything. And this guy is just a disgusting piece of shit. And he's saying that we're going to have to use all of our tax money to fund AI data centers.
If we could get more and more Americans to think about growing with the United States, we will have far than enough money to invest in this infrastructure. But as the governor was talking about, the need for electrons is growing every day. Some of these, you know, if we're going to be the leader in technology, which we are, if we are going to be the leader in AI, which we presently are, it's just going to require trillions of dollars of investments. And if we don't invest in it, China will be the global leader in this. And so to me, it's not whether, this is a must. And if you think about how that translates, it translates into a more dynamic economy. We need the United States economy to grow at over 2%. We need the US economy to grow at 3%, especially with the growing deficits the federal government has. And so much of this money not just the project, is going to be coming from the private sector, from savings accounts, from pension accounts, from insurance companies, and on and on and on. The whole world is in need of improving the infrastructure.
Complete horseshit. Complete horseshit. If we're the leader in AI right now, what advantage does that give us over China? I mean, what are we so dominant in right now because we're the leader in AI, apparently? I don't buy it. So if China's the leader in AI, how are they going to be so dominant? You know, I mean, they already make everything anyway. It's just horseshit. And yet these guys just continue to get richer and richer and richer and own more and more and more of everything. I hope that dude has a heart attack and doesn't wake up tomorrow. That's what I hope. The Hodge twins had Megyn Kelly on their show.
I have to be honest, I didn't expect the corruption to be quite as, widespread as it's been, and like the self-dealing and the lining of his and his family's pockets. Like that's been a little shocking.
Talking
and
billions
I just
of
didn't
dollars.
expect Trump to be so disrespectful of his base.
Right. Well, you know what, Megan? I got to push back a little bit because Trump didn't take a salary while he's president. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. I mean, you look at like across the board of the Trump family. I've never seen a family get so rich off of a presidency.
Right.
And it happened at the same time as we now have a Supreme Court ruling that basically says any official act he takes while in the White House is protected.
Right.
And those two things are, seem to be giving him some sort of a hall pass that could very much get abused. I don't want to, say he's crossed the line legally because I actually haven't taken a close look at that. But, he's done a lot that pushes it right up to the line. And I just don't think we want our presidents or their families getting rich off of the presidency. And I really want to know more about all these trades that are happening on Iran right before he makes the announcements. Like, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Even one of those would have caused a massive scandal 12, 13 years ago. We shouldn't be so far afield that like these obvious ethical questions get skirted past with just a shoulder shrug, because it does matter.
Yeah, 100% it matters. If we weren't getting robbed blind, we wouldn't care so much. But the fact that we're getting screwed, we do care. I hope Trump gets sued and loses everything. I hope they put him in jail. Skipped out one. More Larry Fink talking about mandatory investment.
If we could get more and more Americans to think about growing with the United States, we will have far than enough money to invest in this infrastructure. It's just going to require trillions of dollars of investments. And if we don't invest in it, China will be the global leader in this. And so to me, it's not whether, this is a must. And if you think about how that translates, it translates into a more dynamic economy.
We already listened to this. I thought it was a different video. Was Eileen Marx the pastor wife for Erika Kurt? We believe it was. All right, those are all the videos I have today, guys. Let me go back up. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Not a whole lot going on right now, but I guess that's not bad, considering. Let me look at the homepage real quick. More of that guy. Russell Crowe. Candace going off on Laura Lummer. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it there, guys. Go to the store. Get ready for tomorrow. Appreciate everybody hanging out. CG2, Theme Dude, Tommy, James, Trock. I think that was it. So everybody have a great evening and see you all tomorrow.